JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now onto the news. Nothing was missing. VAS dismisses Buju Banton's claim of stolen relief supplies. Minister of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and the Transport Darrell VAS has refuted allegations made by reggae superstar Buju Banton that hurricane relief supplies sent to Jamaica were stolen at the port. In a statement shared on X on Thursday, VAS said an immediate investigation was launched following the claims and that the findings showed no evidence of missing or tampered goods.
Let me take time out just to indicate that there was an unfortunate post yesterday by a musician indicating that there were some wrongdoings in relation to the cargo that came for relief. While I welcome all efforts and attempts for persons to help in small, medium, and large ways, fact of the matter is that we must have an accountable system. And I want to publicly state today, without fear of contradiction, that I did an overnight investigation, including cameras and including the custom broker who handled the shipment. And I want to make it very clear that the shipment left the airport intact as it came, fully wrapped, and everything that was there left the airport in the custody of the charitable organization. It went to a warehouse in Spanish Town, which the government has no involvement in whatsoever. So as far as what we did in terms of making sure that the goods that were meant for the people, the poor suffering people, were delivered. And I want to thank all of the airport staff that continue to work so tirelessly under the worst strain and pressure to make sure that we manage all of these cargo flights in a smooth and efficient manner. I am the first one to say that it's not perfect because we are now overburdened with more flights than we normally expect. However, we are doing our best, and I'm going to ask for everybody to please just do what you are doing and do so in the best interest of the people of Jamaica, and do not cause mischief or nuisance, because I will be there to defend the government as long as it is on the seaside or the port side. Absolute rubbish was posted, and I say so without fear of contradiction. And anybody who wants, come to me and I will give you the evidence.
However, Banton hit back in a subsequent post later Thursday morning, suggesting that the minister is unaware of how things went. He said, the goods were not taken from the plane to our trucks, but instead taken from the plane to an area we had no sight of. On day one, our persons waited for some 7+ hours for the clearance of the items and for the trucks to be loaded. On day two, the same thing happened, with the only difference being that the time they took to get us the items from customs was a shorter wait time. Seals were broken and things were taken. I have no reason to create mischief nor make up stories. As usual, you have tried to make this political, Banton added. He went on to accuse the minister of lack of accountability and trying to shame and blame the person who speaks out. Banton said, the reality is that the system is broken. If you took the time to read the comments under my post, you'll realize that though I may have been the first public figure to come forward with this issue, I'm not the first person to have experienced it. It is extremely disappointing that this is the attitude and the approach you have chosen to take, but not surprising, Banton said. VAS responded under Banton's post, we have the manifest, and I'm getting the video footage to share publicly. The items were removed from the tarmac because the truck cannot drive on the runway. It is in my best interest to help and be transparent, so provide the items missing and let me further assist, the minister said, adding, the stove and Starlink you mentioned were never on the cargo manifest, Buju, so send the missing items so we can have the matter addressed. Investigations launched after suspect jumps from police vehicle to his death. The Police Inspectorate of Professional Standards Oversight Bureau IPROBE and the Independent Commission of Investigations INDICOM have launched separate probes into the drowning of a suspect in the Rio Cobra in St. Catherine on Wednesday. The man, 73-year-old Milton Smith, was being transported in the back of a service vehicle when the incident occurred. A statement from the Constabulary Communications Network said Smith reportedly jumped from the vehicle as he traveled across Flatbridge in the Bogwalk Gorge and fell into the Rio Cobra. The incident was captured on a traffic cam video, which has since gone viral. In the video, Smith was seen with a tire as he entered the water. In its report, CCN said Smith a farmer in Linstead, St. Catherine, was a suspect in an alleged case of abduction and carnal abuse and was being transported from Linstead to Spanish Town. It added that he was assisted from the river by police personnel and the fire brigade and taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Hanover hit by fresh disasters, thunderstorm strikes 2 weeks after Melissa. Still reeling from the devastation of Hurricane Melissa, residents of Hanover dealt another blow on Tuesday night when a powerful 4-hour thunderstorm unleashed fresh flooding, landslides, and damage across the parish. The storm, which lasted from late Tuesday into early Wednesday morning, battered several eastern communities and reignited fears among residents who were just beginning to recover from Melissa's catastrophic impact. By daybreak on Wednesday, teams from the National Works Agency NWA were out in full force clearing block drains, gullies, bridge and roadways. Areas affected include Bamboo in Hopewell, Sandy Bay, Kew Main Road, Point and Trial. According to Janelle Ricketts, Community Relations Officer for the NWA's Western Region, the Sandy Bay Main Road experienced the heaviest impact. There were some landslides along the Kew Main Road, but the major issue was a blockage along the Sandy Bay Main Road that has since been cleared, Ricketts said. She added that several gullies in neighboring St. James were also overwhelmed by the downpour, prompting crews to work across parish borders. At the Ocean Point housing scheme, residents took matters into their own hands. Using a privately owned backhoe, they cleared a nearby gully and removed 3 vehicles that had been swept away by floodwaters around 2 a.m. Inside the gated community, resident Jason expressed frustration, insisting that the damage could have been prevented. Rose said residents raised concerns before Hurricane Melissa, asking the NWA to clear a culvert that runs beneath the main road. Rose said residents raised concerns before Hurricane Melissa, asking the NWA to clear a culvert that runs beneath the main road. However, he claims the agency told them they only had funding for a post-disaster cleanup. We reached out the Wednesday before the hurricane, requesting drain cleaning because we feared this exact situation. They told us they only had funds to clean up after, Rose said. Ricketts confirmed that the agency is aware of the complaints and has launched an internal investigation into the matter. Schools affected by Hurricane Melissa to get cleanup grants. The Cabinet has approved the disbursement of relief grants to schools in western parishes which were damaged in the passage of Hurricane Melissa 2 weeks ago. Education Minister Senator Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon says distribution of the grants will begin on Friday. The grants will be used to clean up and set up temporary learning spaces.
The grants will be from $300,000 to $1 million, depending on how much cleanup they're doing. And so those will start going out to the schools starting tomorrow. And so I thank the team at the ministry, especially our CFO, for making sure that those funds can get to the schools as quickly as possible. So that raises questions for me about the quality of work that would have been done. And it also raises other questions about standards and the standards of our schools. And so I've asked some of our multilateral partners to work with us to look at the building standards around schools, because it's not acceptable that you have a hurricane one year and you fix it and then the next year you're back at it again. And so we will be doing that work. We have to build schools that are climate resilient, because they're not sitting and waiting on the ministry, and that's what's beautiful. I'm here right now, I'm at Cornwall College, and they had their cleanup day, and they had parents, they had the students, the community, the past students, everybody came in, and the teachers came in to support the cleanup effort. When you go into one of the classroom blocks, I mean, there are no windows, there's no roof, you're looking up at the heavens. It is really, really, really disheartening to see. We are working to get schools back. Cornwall College is going to get some students back on Monday. Most of the high schools are in the region are working on it. And so the focus for high schools is on those doing CSEC and CAPE. And then for primary schools, it is those doing PEP. So that's what we're prioritizing, getting those children back into school so that they cannot miss out too much on the classes that they need to do well in their exams. So I have to thank all of the leadership of the schools. It's hard going in the communities. There's no water, there's no electricity, but they're still out.
They're still out and they are trying their best to get schools open. And so the entire country owes them a debt of gratitude.
The Ministry of Education has said schools in the Western region will begin reopening next Monday. The Education Minister toured several schools in St. James and Trelawney on Wednesday. JBNN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.